Smoke a purse so sweet with Hot Thoughts TV.
Y'all know what the fuck we doing, man. It's Hot Thoughts TV. Niggas hot in the bitch, man.
I'm smoking a purse so sweet with Hot Thoughts TV.
What's good, y'all? My name is Audentia. I'm here with Hot Thoughts TV. About to do the purse so sweet.
Shit, just let's start it off and let the people know who we're here with today.
Alright, what's up, y'all? I go by Audentia. Currently from Houston, Texas. Born and raised in New Jersey. But now I'm here in Houston, and yeah, that's about it.
So when did you, was it family moving down from Jersey to Houston, or what kind of brought you down south? 'Cause that's a big move.
Yeah, cause my family, my parents, they said that Houston, well, Texas in general, have better opportunities, like job placements. So we moved on their end, and so they just thought Houston was just a place for like the perfect opportunities for them and stuff like that. Yeah.
And I gotta ask, is the name like Portuguese or something? Or?
Nah. Audentia, actually I got Audentia from it's a word, it's like from church. They gave me a card, and on the card it said, oh, you're bold with your music. I'm bold with my music. So what I did, I searched up the Latin meaning for bold, and it said Audentia, so I stick with that. And ever since then I just kept it.
Yeah. I was thinking it was audience, like Audiencia.
Yeah, Audiencia, yeah. I get a lot of people that be saying that. Yeah, they be saying like that too.
How long has the music been in the works for you? Was it some other stuff maybe? Because we're gonna get into the military that side too, but was there maybe a first passion before the music, or how did the music come into fruition with you?
Well, music has always been it's always been around since from early age. Just being around family who play instruments and stuff like that. Like my grandfather played guitar and stuff like that. And then growing to love for hip hop and rap, my homies will be rapping and stuff. And ever since then, it's being around that and learning from them is I've just picked up the hobby and just try to perfect my craft and stuff like that.
Before the music though, because you talked a little bit earlier, say it's been 9 years, but before that shit, going back to even New Jersey, how was it out there, school, early days in school and stuff like that for you?
So the New Jersey is really small town. It's not like Texas. Over there you can actually walk on the sidewalk to get from one place to another, unlike Texas. But New Jersey, yeah, it's really small. The town I grew up in was Elizabeth, New Jersey. Majority of it was a Latin community base. So you have all the Latin states there, from Puerto Rico. There was a Puerto Rico neighborhood, Dominican neighborhood, Colombian neighborhood. There was it was really diverse within the Latin community where I came up with.
And just the background what he was saying about school, so what were those days like for you? Were you a good student? Were you getting into issues and having problems with people, or how was school for you?
I mean, I'm socially awkward when it comes to being around people. So I was always sitting in the back of the class. I never really talk much, but people which is weird because I don't really talk to people, but people naturally gravitate towards me and begin a conversation, and it's weird because I don't really start the conversation. They'll just start talking to me, and it's just because I'm just a quiet dude, and being around a group of people, I'm just socially awkward as hell. Yeah. And I'm just not used to talking to people like that.
And how does that translate into the music? Because in the music, you got to be comfortable to not only tell your story, you have to be able to convey a message to the people that you might be in a room socially awkward with, but listening to your music is a whole different experience, Yeah. So how do you approach music like that?
Well, I think of music it's more people take music like an ego type of thing, and I try not to make it sort of an ego, but it's sometimes with me in the music, it's you gotta make it an ego thing. There's Brian, which is my name. There's Brian, and then there's Audentia, and I separate the two because it's Audentia is this energetic, this high end superstar performer and all this stuff who could do all this, and then Brian's just that. Oh, I'm in the corner, say in the back, just chilling to myself type stuff.
Separating the two. How do you do that? How do you approach social media? Because social media, they kind of want to see that happy side. That's what everybody want to see. They want to see what you're doing, who you with, the vibes type shit.
Yeah.
So how do you separate Audentia, like you said, for Brian? What are your actual steps that you take? Maybe one day you might be very active as far as promoting yourself and your music, or just in the mix of the scene of what's going on, and that next day you might be kind of just to yourself or with people that matter, family, friends. So what are the steps you do to not get caught up too much into one side?
Well, when approaching like social media, like it's pretty much like there's a lot of people, there's a lot of like artists, like I've been seeing, like they'll act a certain way on social media, and then when you meet them in person, there's like, oh, I don't act like this. Like they don't actually act like that. Cause I've met several Houston artists that they put up like all they show is their artist side. Like they don't show nothing about their personal side, but then when it comes to meet them in actual person, they're like, oh, okay. They're not really like I want to say high shit. They're not like hot shit on what they're saying. And like with me, it's like I keep it true to self. Like I keep it true to myself. Like, oh yeah, this is me. You know, this is what I do on a day-to-day basis. I go to the gym. I live a normal life. I'm not really like I'll do some like, oh, that's some dope shit you got going on. But it's like I'm not gonna like brag about it. But because at the end of the day, I'm still like a normal upcoming artist just like anyone else. Then there's not really like to like speak on or like brag on or anything like that.
So anybody who is in tune with you as an artist though, they can see the diversity that you bring, whether it was like, you know, something that you've always done through music, which is mixing the Spanish and the English, or something that you do now. But just in terms of that, was that always like the approach to your music? Like was it always a balance between the language, or was it something that might have came after like finding yourself as an artist?
It kind of came after finding myself as an artist and developing my sound. Because at first all I did was just straight like, because coming from the East Coast, all I knew was straight boom bap, boom bap rap. That's all I knew. So coming from here, coming from over there to here, is like I kind of got the sense of different melodics, like melodies, people, the way they approach the music, and it kind of like I like intertwined the boom bap with the melodic stuff, and then coming with the Latino side. My homies like, hey, try rapping in Spanish, and you know, that's really hard because I don't really write Spanish that well. But it's like when it comes to me rapping it, it comes out like natural, which is weird because like my Spanish writing sucks. But like when it comes to rapping, it's like, oh, okay. So I decided to just give it a shot, and from there it's just years of developing myself to where I am now. And that's where it's something unique, because when you notice at the showcase, it's like, oh, he's rapping in Spanish. That's something new, and like not many Houston artists do that. And so it's like something new that I decided to just stick with.
A7, full every touch.